Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for The Real Sports Talk. Hit me up on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST, KASH Kelly _TRST. Like The Real Sports Talk on Facebook, Facebook.com/The Real Sports Talk. And go check out TheRealSportsTalk.wordpress.com. Some great new blogs up there, some videos, some Olympic reaction, the whole 9 yards. Website's actually getting pretty popular, so if you haven't checked it out, now would be a great time. Well, actually, as soon as I'm done with this video, would be a great time to go ahead, check it out. It doesn't take a long time. We're covering pretty much every sport in the book, especially the Olympics right now, so you certainly want to go check that out. This video is being made on a bit more of a somber note. I didn't get a chance to make it this morning when I saw the news because I was up at the Pocono Raceway for the NASCAR event, or the NASCAR race today. But Andy Reid's son, Garrett, passed away this morning. I don't know what the exact cause is. The police did say that there was nothing like suspicious involved. I don't know if that rules out drugs or just that rules out that he wasn't murdered or anything like that. I hope that it was just, I don't know. I don't hope anyway that someone dies, but I almost hope that it wasn't with drugs. But the assumption by a lot of people was that Garrett had relapsed. Both of Andy Reid's sons, Garrett and Britt, have both had some problems with drugs. I don't know the exact status of what Britt did with his life, but I know that Garrett has worked hard to get back from drugs, and he's gotten back. He's worked with the Eagles team the last year or two, done a great job turning his life around. And I mean, a lot of people look at people like that and always kind of look at them differently, and I'm not one of those people. I look at those people and I have a lot of respect because they're able to turn their life around. And unfortunately, whether he relapsed or whatever happened, Andy's son this morning at 7:20 at Lehigh, where I'm actually going tomorrow. It'll probably be a pretty somber note, heading down there for training camp for the second week in a row. He died this morning at Lehigh University. It's tough. It's tough to see it. Not as an Eagles fan, but just as a person, to see something like this happen. Because I'm an Eagles fan, I'm familiar with the story of Garrett Reid and what he's come back from, and it's been pretty inspirational. And I hope almost that something else caused his death and that it was not the drugs. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, and I don't think it'd be fair for me to just assume that it was a relapse or whatever the case may be. My thoughts and prayers certainly go out with Andy's family, his wife, his other son, anyone in the surrounding family, the whole Eagles organization, although my thoughts and prayers usually go out with them anyway. But my thoughts go out to them and Andy. I know that I'm critical of Andy Reid sometimes, but these are the type of days where I hope that the team rallies around. Not to get on the football, but I hope the team rallies around Andy Reid and the Eagles go win the Super Bowl this year. It's not that you can forget about this, but that's kind of like when Herm Edwards' son died, the next year they won the Super Bowl. You know, it's kind of like that's something to, I don't want to say get your mind off it, but help you to move forward and get your life back together, is working through your job, having great success at your job. And at this point, I know that I was calling for Andy Reid's job last year, but I don't want to see Andy Reid gone. And if I change my mind mid-season, look, I probably will. But if I'm critical of Andy Reid, it's certainly not I'm being critical of Andy Reid the person. I sure as hell hope, not because I'm an Eagles fan, but just because that's what I hope. I hope that Andy Reid is able to help be rallied around by the Eagles organization, the Eagles team, and they're able to go win a Super Bowl this year to help get Andy Reid's mind off. Because I do respect Andy Reid the person. I really do. Obviously, I've never met him in person, but I do respect the guy, what he's done there, what he's done for the organization, how hard he works. And certainly he didn't get the reputation around the league as this guy that a lot of people, a lot of players like by nothing. I mean, you see all the people that have tweeted today, and it's not just players in the Eagles organization now, like Jeremy Maclin tweeted this morning, but you saw Brian Westbrook, Brian Dawkins, two former Eagles, two Eagles legends, Jeremiah Trotter, throw him into that mix. Then you saw other players around the NFL like Lamar Woodley of the Steelers, Larry Fitzgerald of the Cardinals, throw them into the mix. Then you saw players in baseball and other sports such as Mike Trout, who's a New Jersey native, I believe he is an Eagles fan, and then Jimmy Rollins of the Philadelphia Phillies. You saw them come out and make statements that their thoughts and prayers go out. So it truly does show the character and the class Andy Reid does have. And I know that I'm critical of Andy Reid sometimes, but right now my thoughts and prayers just go out because I feel awful. I mean, this is probably the second hardest video I've ever had to make. The first hardest was the one where last year where the kid's dad fell over the stands at the Rangers game and passed away. And I made that video 10-15 hours after it happened. It was still very tough to make, and this is a while after it's happened. But it's still sinking in because Garrett Reid appeared to have turned his life around, and maybe he did. Maybe something else happened here. But people are assuming, and I'm trying not to do that, people are assuming that maybe it was a relapse. I really hope it wasn't, and we'll see what comes out in the autopsy. In the end, though, thoughts and prayers go out to Andy Reid and his family.